Hi, I'm George Cox, production coordinator for BCTV, and on today's show, we have some great tax information with our assessor, Bill Ingalls, the winter reading night with the principals presented by the PTG, and more. And that's on this edition of Bedford Community Corner. The PTG hosted the winter reading night with the principals at McKelvey School. Here is our volunteer Mark Marai with the co-presidents to tell us about some of the challenges they faced through the COVID-19 pandemic.
This is Sarah Lang, one of the co-vice presidents of the parent-teacher group, PTG, also known as. Tell us a little bit about the principal's winter reading night.
So the principal winter reading night, we have all the principals come and they read a book to all the kids normally come.
In a non-COVID year, what would typically be happening tonight?
So typically the students would come and they can sit and watch each principal do a skit and read a book. And then there would normally be a raffle for each book and a brief intermission, and then they would just enjoy the night.
And so what is going to be different about this experience?
So this year it's all virtual, so there's no audience. It's they'll be on stage, and then BCTV will be filming it.
And here we are now with Sonia Vandermeer, the co-vice president of PTG. So tell me again, how long has this event been going on? You don't know, right?
Right, it's been going on for many years, and we're just really disappointed that we can't have it in person this year. And we're offering it virtual, so we're really grateful to BCTV and the principals and assistant principals being here to continue this tradition and offer it virtually.
So now it's my understanding that over the years, there's kind of this competition that's developed between the different schools. Would you say? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Definitely. And that's why we're excited to have the principals tonight to do the pre-recording so they can encourage each other. But definitely, every year there has been more than one memorable performance.
Good evening. My name is Sarah Lang, and I am one of the presidents of PTG. I would like to thank you for tuning in to the Principal Winter Reading Night. The PTG would like to thank the principals, the assistant principals for taking the time to read, the community for their ongoing support, for BCTV for helping us make this possible, and for Superintendent Fournier for emceeing this event. We hope you enjoy it.
Good afternoon. My name is Mike Fournier, the Superintendent of Schools for the Bedford School District. I want to thank you for joining us for this year's Winter Read. With me today are Principal Phil Shapler and Assistant Principal Beth Purcell from Memorial School, and today they are going to read to you Jack and the Beanstalk.
When Jack was sure the giant was asleep, he quietly came out of the cupboard and started to leave the castle. He thought about what the giant said about selling the cow and realized it was his cow that was sold.
"Somebody's been eating my porridge," said the middle bear in her middle voice. Then Little Small Wee Bear looked at his, and there was the spoon in the porridge pot, but the porridge was all gone.
As soon as the wolf had finished this tasty bite, he climbed back into bed, fell asleep, and began to snore very loudly.
Hansel and Gretel were told to wait at the campsite. They assured the children they wouldn't be long. They were going to pick up new mountain bikes for the entire family.
Natalie is on a solitary hike at Pulpit Rock Conservation Area. She has brought her most prized possession with her, a golden ball, which she treasures almost as much as her AirPods.
I am sorry to say that Peter was not very well during the evening. His mother put him to bed and made him some chamomile tea, and she gave a dose of it to Peter. 1 tablespoonful to be taken at bedtime. But Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail had bread and milk and blackberries for supper. The end.
Even though the show is already aired, you can catch the whole thing on bedfordtv.com on demand. This is Mark Marai for the Bedford Community Corner.
We'd like to thank the crew and all the principals. You guys did a really great job. And if you missed the show, you can always watch it on our website on demand at bedfordtv.com. Coming up next, here is some great tax advice from our town assessor, Bill Ingalls.
Hi, my name is Bill Ingalls, and I'm the assessor for the town of Bedford. And I'd like to take a few minutes now to speak with you about property tax credits and give you the information you need. So without further ado, let's take a look at it, shall we? Now, first of all, what is a property tax credit? Property tax credit is an amount or portion of taxes removed from a tax bill. For example, if your total tax bill was $6,000 and the tax credit was $500, your total taxes for the year would be $5,500, 6,000 minus 500. The first credit I want to speak to you about is the Standard Veterans Tax Credit, RSA 7228. You must own your home as of April 1st of the year that you apply. You must be a New Hampshire resident, not necessarily a Bedford resident, but a New Hampshire resident, for at least 1 year as of April 1st of the year that you apply. The tax credit amount is $500 as adopted by the town council per year off your taxes. You must have served no less than 90 days in the armed forces of the United States and be honorably discharged, or someone who was terminated from the armed forces due to a service-connected disability, or the surviving spouse of a veteran who is not remarried to a non-veteran. The addition to 7228 became effective for 2014, and basically that included Title X training for active duty by a member of a National Guard or Reserve shall be included as service. Now, what does this mean? It means that if you served in the National Guard or Reserves with at least 90 days of active duty training, including Title X training, during periods of conflict, such as the Vietnam War, you now qualify for the credit for the first time since the statute was enacted. This credit amount is $500. In 2017, there was another big legislative change. Beginning in 2017, the optional all veterans tax credit was created under 7228B. And as adopted by the Bedford Town Council, it allows for all honorably discharged veterans with at least 90 days active duty service to qualify, regardless of when this service occurred. This includes reservists and National Guardsmen with the required 90 days that can again include Title X training. So don't hesitate to come in and reapply. As promised, if the legislature made changes that allows others to qualify that did not qualify before, we would let you know, and we will continue to let you know on this type of presentation for several years to come. Other veterans tax credits include the service-connected total and permanent disability credit under RSA 7235, Roman numeral 4, small letter A. The residency requirement is the same as the other tax credits I just spoke about. The tax credit amount, as adopted by the town council, is $2,000 per year. You must be rated 100% disabled as a result of military service to qualify for this tax credit. You must provide documentation from the Veterans Administration stating specifically that you are 100% disabled as a result of military service. This can get a bit involved, so we'll need to go over this. We're going to have to check your paperwork, so come on in and we'll go over it together. Other veterans tax credits include the surviving spouse of any person killed while on active duty in the armed forces of the United States under RSA 29 small a. The residency is the same as the other veterans tax credits, and the tax credit amount is $2,000 per year. There is also a total tax exemption for certain veterans under RSA 7236A. You would need to have been discharged under conditions other than dishonorable, or you need to be an officer who is honorably separated from military service, who is a double amputee, paraplegic, or blind as a result of military service. And you must reside in a specially adapted homestead helped by the Veterans Administration or proceeds from a prior sale of a home that was fit up and helped by the Veterans Administration. This is a total property tax exemption. Have you placed your property in a trust? If so, we must review a copy of your trust documents to ensure that you retain what's called a beneficial interest or a life estate in that trust to continue to receive a tax credit. If you place your property in a trust after you've received the tax credit, once the deed comes through, we will contact you and let you know that we need a copy of it. Are you moving to another home in town? If so, you must let the assessor's office know about it. We monitor deeds, but just to make sure, contact us because in the end, it is your responsibility to do so. The application deadline for these credits is April 15th of the year that you wish to receive the credit. At least it has to be US postmarked, not just Pitney Bowes office postmarked, by April 15th. If April 15th is a Saturday or a Sunday, then the following Monday is the deadline. Please note, no credit of any kind is automatic. For example, you must apply by April 15th, 2021 for the 2021 tax year. After that, as your service really isn't going to change, we only need to re-verify your residency information every few years doing an update or revaluation. This is the military, so there's going to be paperwork. We need your discharge documents. For example, a DD-214, a DD-215, an NAV CG 2510, a NAVPERS 553, etc. Call the assessor's office at 472-8104 from 8:30 to 4:30 p.m. Leave a message if after 4:30 p.m. Again, contact us at 472-8104, and I actually meant 8 o'clock to 4:30, not 8:30. Leave a message after 4:30. Applications and further information are available at the assessing department page at the town website at www.bedfordnh.org. Click on Departments, then Assessing, and then Exemptions and Credits to download the application. Again, my name is Bill Ingalls. I'm the assessor for Bedford. And just a last thought here, we thank you all for your service in the United States military. I'm Bill Ingalls, the assessor for the town of Bedford. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this presentation. Best of luck to you all.
Hello, my name is Denise Nobert, and I'm the business manager for the Department of Public Works here in Bedford. I wanted to take a few moments today to explain a new online permitting system called PermitLink. Using this system, you'll be able to apply online for all of the permits that Public Works issues. These permits include our driveway permit, our street opening permit, our deduct meter permit, and our residential and commercial sewer connection permits. This online system can be accessed by going to the Town of Bedford's website, www.bedfordnh.org. Once you're on the town's homepage, if you hover over Departments and click on Public Works, that'll bring you to the Public Works page. Once you're on the Public Works page, you'll be able to click the link The first link, which gives instructions of how to register for the permit link system. The second link will, once you're registered, you click on the second link and that will get you into the system. There are many benefits to this system. One of them including you'll be able to attach documents, plans, and photos to your permit application. Should you have any questions regarding our new permit link system, feel free to give us a call at 603-470-3070 or send us an email at publicworks@bedfordnh.org. Thank you.
Well, there's many things to do here in Bedford, New Hampshire, even when we're trying to be social distant. Here is Colleen Richardson with the community calendar.
Hi everyone, this is Colleen Richardson with your community calendar. This month, both the Bedford Public Library and the Parks and Recreation Department have lots to offer for you. First off, visit the Bedford Library's website, which is bedfordnhlibrary.org. Go to their calendar of events and check out all the virtual offerings they have, some of which include some story times for little listeners and Mother Goose, some book discussions, and even a crafternoon for ages 8 to 12. So you'll want to check it all out. Next, the Parks and Recreation Department wants to get you out of the house for some fun. On varying Saturday nights in the upcoming months, there'll be line dancing offered at the Bedford Town Hall. It'll be from 7 to 10 at night. The cost is $10 and the instructor is Ginger Kozlowski. For additional details, visit bedfordreconline.com or linedancemax.com and go out and have some fun. Also, the Parks and Recreation Department is holding their 2021 Valentine's Day Card Contest, Be My Valentine. This is for grades K through 5. You design your card and then you drop it off or mail it to the Parks and Recreation Department at the town offices, 24 North Amherst Road, Bedford, and it has to be in by noontime on February 5th. And then the winners will be announced on February 10th, and you could win a prize, so have fun and get creative. For additional items that the Parks and Recreation Department has for you, visit their website, bedfordreconline.com. So until next time, have fun, get those entries in, and happy Valentine's Day.
My name is Susan Hilche. I'm the Director of Human Resources for the Bedford School District. We have a couple of immediate openings I would like to tell you about. The first is school nurse substitutes. Our school nurses provide a vital service to the students of Bedford. The second is a long-term substitute physical science teacher at Bedford High School, beginning in late January. If you are a registered nurse with a current license and enjoy pediatric nursing, or a certified high school science teacher with a passion to engage students in science, I encourage you to check out the employment tab on our website, www.sau25.net. There you will find more information about our open positions and the online application. Again, our website is www.sau25.net. Click on the employment tab to view all of our open positions and to apply. I look forward to seeing your submitted application.
As part of our ongoing series at Bedford High School virtual tour, here is Becca Noe, the assistant principal, to tell us about the music program.
Hi, my name is Rebecca Noe. I'm one of the assistant principals at Bedford High School. I'm in charge of all the kiddos A through K and also in charge of all the co-curriculars. I'm the Dean of Fine Arts, which includes all of our art and music classes. One of the areas I oversee is co-curricular activities. This includes over 90 clubs and organizations that are created and run by students. Our clubs are based on student interest. We also have organizations that represent BHS in competitions or events. Our theater program has 3 productions a year, 1 musical, and 2 straight plays. Our students decide what they are interested in and form co-curriculars based on those interests. We have something for everyone, and if we don't have it now, our students can create it. One of the things that sets BHS apart from every other high school is managed time. We had a vision for college and career readiness where students are prepared for what awaits them after high school. You can be in the library studying or hanging out in Bulldog Corner playing spikeball with friends. Some students meet with their teacher or take advantage of our academic centers. Instead of being assigned to a study hall, students can decide how to use their time during that block. As the Dean of Fine Arts, I oversee the various art, music, and theater classes. Our art and music courses complete the Fine Arts graduation requirement. Our students have a wide variety of courses to choose from. The band and chorus classes are 1-credit courses that run all year. We also offer a large selection of semester courses based on student interest. In our music department, we have a band and chorus program. The band program focuses on the marching band aspect for the fall. We hold a 1-week band camp in August where students learn the marching routine and music. Once school starts, the band attends the football games and competes in local marching competitions. When the fall season is over, the band concentrates on concert music. They hold a winter and spring concert that incorporate the entire band. The chorus program participates in 2 concerts throughout the year, and the music for the class is driven by student interest. We have an a cappella group students can join for a different musical style. Along with our band and chorus programs, we offer a wide range of electives. We have classes for students interested in music, but maybe they don't play an instrument. For example, history of American popular music or music production. We also offer instrumental classes like piano and guitar. In the art department, we have a variety of classes from drawing and painting to classes like photography and ceramics. We're lucky to have a darkroom so students learn how to work with digital photography, as well as how to develop film. We offer IB classes in both art and music, which would be equivalent to honors courses. This allows students to challenge themselves academically in a subject they're passionate about. It is our goal to always offer classes that students find interesting, engaging, and that offer them a place where they can explore an interest that may already be or can turn into a lifelong passion. So if you have any questions about BHS, co-curriculars, or the Fine Arts Department, please reach out and ask. Our email addresses are located on the website.
Here is a COVID-19 update with the police chief of Bedford, New Hampshire.
Hi, I'm Monique Pliakis with the Bedford Police Department, and today I'm joined with Chief John Bryfonski from Meet the Chief. Chief, how are you today?
Good, Monique. How are you?
I'm wonderful, thank you. So, we're still dealing with COVID-19, the pandemic. We can't have people come to the station in person, so we've been doing these virtual Meet the Chiefs. Can you brief us on the changes over the past month or so and where we are now in terms of law enforcement and COVID-19?
Sure. So as everyone painfully knows, well, first of all, we're 6 feet apart, so we're not wearing a mask. So I want to make sure that everyone understands that. Why aren't they wearing a mask? Well, we're not wearing a mask because we're more than 6 feet apart and observing all the social distance rules that are there. But in terms of the recent changes, I'm sure most people are painfully aware that we had a post-Thanksgiving, pre-Christmas, and now post-holiday season COVID surge. Many of the area hospitals reached capacity, and as a result, we've seen a dramatic increase in both the number of cases where people are positive as well as the number of hospitalizations. Now, you know, over the last 2 or 3 days, now here we are on the 19th of January, we've seen a little bit of a reduction in hospitalizations. That's sort of the metric that we use as a barometer to determine the severity of the disease as it's spread. We're obviously very concerned about the new variants that are out there that could be more transmissible, particularly the UK variant, which has now cropped up in some areas of the Northeast United States as well as on the West Coast. So we're watching that carefully. But we hope that with the reduction in hospitalizations, we might be turning the corner a little bit with respect to the post-holiday season surge. Of course, we're into phase 1 of vaccinations. So hospital, healthcare workers, doctors, nurses, paramedics, long-term care patients, long-term care folks that work there are well into phase 1 of vaccination. Some have actually received their second shots already, so that's great. First responders, fire paramedics that have direct patient-to-patient contact. They've got their first shots, and some are starting to get their second shots now. So we're cautiously optimistic that we're going to be working towards the completion of phase 1A, and perhaps phase 1B, where the state now will be opening up next week the opportunity for folks that are 65 and older to register for vaccinations. There's a couple of ways that they can do that. They can either do it online, or if they're unsure, they can register by calling 211.
211.
211, right? Not 911, 211. Calling 211, they can register by phone. So we're hopeful that we're speeding into phase 1B, C, and D, and phase 2. And hopefully in the next few months, we should be well on our way to getting the general public vaccinated, which once we reach the point of around 70 to 80%, according to the experts, we'll reach the point of the population vaccinated that will help us defeat this disease. So that's really great news. There's been some changes about quarantining. The governor just reissued his mandatory mask emergency order last Friday. So the mandatory mask requirement continues through March 26th of 2021. Travel restrictions continue through March 26th of 2021. There's been some exceptions to those now. Folks that have had the disease and recovered but are within 90 days. There are some lessening of quarantine restrictions and travel restrictions for those folks. And for those folks who have been fully vaccinated, what does that mean? At minimum 14 days past their second shot are considered fully vaccinated. And again, there's some lessening of restrictions for quarantine with respect to exposures of those folks who have been fully vaccinated, and that they can travel outside of New England now if they've been fully vaccinated. So in a few more months, we should be seeing some real good progress in these areas, and hopefully by the end of this year getting past this global pandemic that has literally touched just about every life and family in some way in New Hampshire, including my own.
Absolutely. And if you'd like more information, you can follow us on our social media. We have a Twitter, a Facebook account, and an Instagram, Bedford Police Department. And you can go to our website, www.bedfordnh.org. Thanks for joining us.
If you'd like to see the hour-long presentation with updates about Jessica's Law, autism, and pedestrian safety, you can watch the show Meet the Chief on demand at bedfordtv.com. Do you have a show idea? Or maybe you're in a nonprofit organization and you want to be featured on the show? Then drop us a line at bctv@bedfordnewhampshire.org. Follow us on our social media on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. For all of us at the station, we want to wish you a great week. I'm George Cox for Bedford Community Corner. We'll see you again next time.
Here's what they had to say with that
John Bryfonski. Here is the police chief, Here is the police chief of Bedford, New Hampshire, John Bryfonski, and
I want to welcome you to our winter reading night, and I'm excited to have in front of me this evening. Can we start over?
It's a winter reading.